No, it's not. Now it's there we are. We are live. Holy shit. Welcome. It's the GBS Roundtable 6. We are or I am the reason why we didn't meet the last 2 weeks. I apologize about that. Everybody else is ready, but I was the screw up. So I want to apologize to everybody. But I guess tonight Jason's gonna be is what'd you say?
I said we're gonna give you 50 lashes.
Oh no. No shit. I guess we have a lot of content to talk about. I guess most notably was 2 days ago the shooting in Florida, school shooting, I guess.
Yeah.
Was that how far away is that from you since you're down there?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, okay. They're not that close. Apparently.
I mean, it's in state, so I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. There's I mean, any stuff we haven't talked about from SHOT Show. I mean, one of the major things in the last 2 weeks is we've been talking about pistols, AR pistols specifically. And
Jason said give him a minute.
Okay, no problem.
And
but basically, like, you know, the brace, I don't know if you guys know, SB Tactical came out with the SB Tactical or SBA3, which is supposed to be
an adjustable pistol brace.
Adjustable pistol brace that I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. So, how they were able to get it, I don't know. That's
well, because it's still, again, it's still an arm brace, so it's not a stock, but how you shoot it doesn't really change the definition of what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
If you shoot it improperly, you know, it's
like, what is improper? I've bastardized the NFA. I mean, no vert grips on pistols. Oh, really?
Basically, again, what we were saying on the forum is basically they have undermined the NFA. The NFA is basically now mute. It's a mute point.
That's why I completely agree with you that it's pointless to even have the NFA.
You know, so, you know, to like we're having a conversation via text talking about, oh, we got to put in forms to travel with an SBR to another state. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Why do I have to let anybody know, you know, where I'm first of all, it is a registered firearm, so it is creating another registry of where, you know, your business is, and et cetera, et cetera. It's like I'm not about that, you know. So that, especially, and then the other thing is, like, you know, you can get a lot of trouble when you're dealing with you know, going through airports. They can ask you for paperwork, you know, and if they may not, you know,
for the SBR,
for the suppressors, all that stuff, you know. I don't know. They may understand it, they may not understand it, but generally speaking,
to fill out Form 1, let's say if I have a suppressor, not an SBR, do I have to ask permission to go to that state with a suppressor?
No, not for suppressors.
Okay, I was about to say,
for rifles. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you still need paperwork for it. You know what I'm saying? Still tax stamp. But and then you got to worry about your origin and shit, or not your origin, your destination.
Eli says northwest of Fort Lauderdale, so that's within like 4 hours of here.
4 hours of here. Yeah, does he want to jump in? I gotta look. I gotta set up the.
I told him to join us. Eli, join us. Join us, brother. Come to the dark side. I'm a promo for BCM. I got these BCM grips right here for my key mod rifle. Well, firearm. These are actually really nice.
Yeah, watch your language, man.
Exactly. And then I got the Keymod little stubby vert grip on my pistol. Now I love hearing people get mad about it, but yes, guys, it's over 26 inches. It's an 11.5 upper I got from MAS Defense up in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think. Check them out. But I took it to the range today. That's actually where I'm coming from. Me and several buddies and my sister. We just came from the range. So no, I got this zeroed in yesterday at 50. So I took it back out today, played with it. No, still got it zeroed, still good. This thing is loud. I'm not. I love it. This thing is loud. This thing is
That's one of
super
the
loud.
main things. So
Exactly. Fireballs too.
so this is one of the things I'm excited about. In May, is if there's the possibility of getting anywhere near. I know it sounds silly to some people who have land, but the concept of living in a city, a metropolitan city, and the idea of space of 200 yards that you can shoot on, that's immediately available. That is foreign generally to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially Pennsylvania is kind of, you can find it, but it's a little bit of a ride.
What are you talking about?
But
Land to shoot on?
well, I'm saying like ranges, land to shoot on. That is a little bit of a challenge. I'm sure I'm ignorant to some places, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
you
Aren't
know,
you in the city boy?
yeah, I'm Philly. Yeah, so
Yeah.
200 yards to me is like what? 200
Eli,
yards, 200, 300 yards, and 400, 500,
Yo,
600.
open
Yo, man.
space. Hey Eli.
yeah.
Hey, are there any deer in Chicago?
Any what?
Any deer? Are there any? Is there any like wildlife out there in Chicago besides cats
Yeah,
and dogs?
yeah, there is, but it's like since in Chicago you cannot hunt or anything within the city limits, obviously.
I feel like
Yeah, I
all of
wouldn't,
Chicago.
But
yeah, I wouldn't do
yeah,
that.
yeah, you can't hunt anywhere in Chicago. Like any major cities, you cannot hunt. You gotta it's gotta be like outside of the city, and then of course you gotta get like a permit for that. A license, I should say.
I am all about the idea of having space. Because, again, I have a 50-yard zero on these two rifles, and, I'm good. I'm pretty on. I think I have it on at 50, but I
Mhm.
really want to fine tune it and confirm at 200. So
Oh, that's
since
a good
last,
topic right here. Good topic while we're on it. What is a good zero for your rifle? I say 50.
yeah, 5,200 is for me. I think it's a good balance for what's, especially for where I am. And then I
I,
have,
I feel like it's good because I'm a civilian, so shooting somebody at 100 yards and trying to use that in court to me it sounds hard. So like 50 yards is really that middle of the kill zone for me. I guess where I want to be most accurate.
then I added this or this, and I haven't had a chance to zero this yet. So that is
That
the
thing is
next.
huge. Get you a micro right now, like one of these figs.
I want so again, when I built this rifle is a theme. It is all double A. It is a double A power. It is a rifle that is designed to be able to run in the apocalypse.
You said double A.
Everything is double A. It's an entirely double A rifle.
What's a double A? They mean like
Double A.
battery?
Yep.
Okay, I thought you meant like I thought double A meant like some kind of like hardcore
So the
AF.
light is not the best. It's as far as lumen's concerned, it's a Surefire. So all right. So recently, you know how Surefire put out that the if you want to call it the COP M5, whatever you want to call it, the micro that has the AAA. It's basically under the same agency as this light. This light is from basically the DSS, Diplomatic Security Service, from my understanding. So
Mm.
DSS is basically uh, the idea behind the AAA and then also behind this flashlight. So, and then with this Comp M4, it's a double A, and then with again with the light again, it's double A. So 200 lumens is not a lot of lumens, I admit, but in a situation of say like a blackout or something running out, I'm pretty sure those fucking CR123s will not be abundant unless you stock them. And double A's are pretty much everywhere. So I don't know. It sounds silly, but it's kind of, if you think about it. You know.
Everyone's got their method, their own little ways, you know. So you can't really say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's going to be 0 to 50, confirmed at 200, or fine-tuned to 200. Same thing for the irons for both rifles, if I can do that. I'd like to bring both rifles, but the case is I've been looking on Pelican's website, and I'm confused about which case to get. So if somebody can help.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about like a case to carry both rifles?
No, to fly them like a flight ATA case.
Like oh yeah, I forgot. Warrior poet. Warrior poet. One of them, I forgot his name, but
Warrior Poet Society.
Yes, Warrior Poet Society. Yes,
he like has John
Yeah, he has a video on that. If you guys go to his YouTube page, and then he does have a video on that. He shows like a couple.
He's got a big case. That's a big case for the. I just need a case that can basically be, I guess, 40 inches long or 42 inches long because the rifle's 40, and then be able to put in a few.
Sorry to interrupt you. Jason said send him the invite.
I did. No. All right, one sec. Thought I did. I'm sending it to the chef JBF Gmail. That one.
Yeah, but I know the case he was showing it was I forgot what kind of company which company it was, but pretty much like go to that company's website and they got like a whole bunch of different cases for like for flying.
I'm open to anybody. Plano. I just want to make sure, like, again, it gets from. Sorry, I got a hair in my mouth.
Plano has a couple of cases that you can fly out with.
I just want to make sure like my shit gets from point A to point B and from point B to point A.
Yeah.
I feel like on that too.
Because from the musician side of it, flying shit is scary. It's scary. Oh, he just sent me another email. Give me 1 sec. But it's one of those things where cool. I just sent this down. Yeah, so it's like flying an instrument. You gotta, if you can't take it's federal law for you to be able to take it in the cabin, but if you can't, man, a big deal has been those flight ATA cases to be able to survive the abuses of American fuck-ups. Yo, man.
Jay.
What up? Yo, so y'all are probably gonna have to call me back.
What'd you say?
What happens when you got little man with you? So,
I broke up for a second.
Yeah, I said y'all are probably gonna have to call me back after I get my iPad out of my truck.
Okay. Okay.
Daddy daycare today. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't have that problem yet.
Yes. I got a puppy.
What do you say?
I said I got a puppy.
I got 2 chihuahuas, bro.
So I was listening in while I wasn't on the call, but I went to 511, and you guys need to check out their gun cases. Dirt cheap, good quality. Oh yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I say dirt cheap, like the sub $150 games.
Okay. Again, like, it's just got to get from point A to point B and from point B to point A. And then, I mean, it's not like it's going to be going anywhere that I would. So so as you guys know, I'm trying to do the LE thing. I'd like to be taking more classes under that fucking, I guess, accreditation. But, the main thing is like, it probably won't be something where I can get time off unless it's something that's department sanctioned.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just hype about it.
Like he doesn't like us.
Who?
Jamil.
No, not what the.
Jamil said, "I don't fuck with y'all."
No, that's false flag, fake news. Yeah, I'm just so I'll tell you. Basically, there's one gig that I'm looking at. I'm really angling super hard. I mean, like, my problem is, I'll tell you straight up, as we had at the last conversation, I'm blind as fuck, uncorrected. And in my state, how it says is you got to be able to pass at least uncorrected and corrected. All right. This job is quasi-federal, and basically they say the main thing is or, so corrected or uncorrected or corrected. So it's that difference between and or makes a big fucking difference for me. So basically, I'm trying to slide into this position, and it's a special jurisdiction thing. So all the stuff that happens and etc. I won't have really any. I won't be chasing calls like that. So that's what I'm angling for. But other than that, is what it is. But I'm really hyped for May. That's why I'm hoping that nothing pops up and it's just clear. Because I'll be doing from Philly to Portland, and then I'll just I'll probably stay in Portland because Leah's probably going to tag along, and that's basically she's never been, I've never been, so it's probably something where we can have dinner and stuff and see a little bit of it.
So I was just gonna ask that. So how are you gonna get from Portland to Eugene?
Oh, rent a car. No problem.
So we're meeting up in Portland?
No.
Eugene is $721 for me. It just does not make sense.
What?
Yeah, $721. Philly to Eugene is $721.
Jesus.
It's like 6 something from here to.
It's a small airport.
Okay,
because I can tell by the regional jet for me.
T, I told you where you need to fly out of now.
Well, Atlanta?
Yeah, you need to fly out of Atlanta.
That's like a 5-hour something drive. I mean,
Atlanta's only 3.5 hours from you.
No, not the airport. I Googled, mapped it out at 5 hours.
How long?
I can't.
Hold up. How long does it take for you to get to my house?
Hey, but I said the same thing, but it's like my coworker mapped it out and actually showed me. It said 5 hours.
5 hours to my house. I am 3 hours from Atlanta. I did that drive every week on the weekends, and I worked in Atlanta Monday through Thursday.
It's like the way I gotta do it. Like when I go to your place, it's just like straight shot up. For me, getting where I'm at to get to Atlanta, I gotta go like left, then head up north.
But here's the thing. For me, if I came to Orlando or where you're at in Jacksonville, I've got to go through Atlanta.
That's why I said the same thing, but like the GPS said 5 hours. I mean,
don't trust the GPS. Always wrong. Trust me, bro. I'll tell you something. I have driven. I think I've been to 39 states. And I know one thing for a fact. I've gone up and down this East Coast, and I know driving times like it's going out of style. I've been back home to Canada how many times I can hop in the car right now, and in 9.5 hours I could give you a call and FaceTime you, and I'll be showing you the Peace Ridge of Buffalo right now. So just
I
FYI.
played a gig in Buffalo. It's fucking cold. You
Say
guys,
what?
That's another fucking story. It's
Well,
great.
you can't do long drives?
No, I experienced what cold is. This is about 2.5 years ago. I didn't understand, but now I understand. I mean, I haven't experienced Canadian cold, but I experienced basically very close to the Western New York shit, the Great Lake. Fuck me. Dude.
Welcome to my world.
Shit.
Welcome to my world.
I'm glad I went to boot camp in the summer.
I had Chucks that I didn't realize. I just wore Converse. I will never fucking do that again.
Hey, Jay. No. Got something for you.
486 Eugene from Philly. United.
Go. Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Jason does a lot of paperwork, so he knows what he's talking about.
Again, I mean, the only thing is again, Leah may want to stay important, so that's the only thing.
I mean, that's okay, so that's cool, but just remember how we set up everything with the pricing wise. We did it per person.
Okay, sure. All right, so, I'll see, but
listen.
I can't guarantee.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I just need everybody else to pick up on what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not intentional. It's just shit. It's just.
Have you been Have you been doing the research and looking at the Airbnbs enjoyed? Yo, these houses are ridiculous.
No, I haven't gone on Airbnb yet.
I've never stayed at an Airbnb. That just sounds creepy to me. I don't know.
Dude,
I did it once.
It is the best experience ever, especially if the house is like real modern and baller. When I took my to Israel over the summer, we stayed at this place and it was right in the heart. When I'm telling you, this place had to cost at least $2 million, at least, and it was for $170 a night. And so there was 6 of us. Everybody had their own room. Everybody had their own bed. All this other jazz. It was just amazing. It was just the best view in the world, dude. Absolutely. If you go on my IG right now and go to when I was in Israel back in June, you see the first house, you'd be like, God damn. Like it's 3 stories. There's, you've got the huge wall-to-wall glass wall. You can automatic shades, the metal shades that open up and close if you put it on a timer. Like the shit, oh my God, dude. It was just nuts. Absolutely nuts. But,
wow.
Yeah. That's the way to travel, dude. If you're going in a large group and you don't want to deal with that, holy shit, let's pay, if you think about it, hotels will charge you average $89 to $120 a night, even if that's like a decent hotel. Like a loft, I get points through SPG. I try to stay at Sheraton, a loft, Westin, whatever. The reason why I stay with them so much is because their point system transfers over to frequent flyer miles dollar for dollar and point for point.
So I don't have the SPG. I have the other one, the 550 one.
Got you. Got you.
But it's cool. I mean, like I like that I have at least gold status with like Marriott and.
we would like to call our gold elite members to board.
Wow, I'm not even. So I don't even have a card for like an airline, a loyalty card.
But no, it's like
I don't fly that much.
I have that only, and I have the Barclay Arrival Plus, and then I have just
Barclay. Your credit score must be 780. I hear you, fam.
Hey, Colion dropped a new video called "How to Stop School Shootings."
What? He just put one out? I thought he did one of those already.
I just got the icon, the little notification.
He's already done one though.
That was on mass shootings. This one's on how to stop school shootings.
I gotta admit, so I'm a little concerned about, again, the money stuff within the NRA affecting, the opinion. Because I'm
They need
trying
to
to
put
find
armed
out.
guards in these schools, yeah. Put like 3 armed guards in these schools.
Here's my suggestion. I was talking to a buddy of mine. We got into a heated argument about it. I said, listen, man. I said, with the amount of veterans that are struggling, looking for work, doing all this stuff, what is the problem with a guy who served 2 tours in Iraq, honorably discharged, retired, whatever, DD-214, whatever you want to call it, after he goes through a rigorous psych eval, physical eval, and all this, that we don't give them a job of protecting schools? I mean, it blows my mind. We protect our banks, we protect our president.
It's true.
We protect our money, but yet the things that we should cherish the most, which is human life as its own, we don't even. We put 1 cop per 3,000 students, 1 resource officer. Are you kidding? Is that a joke? How is he supposed to respond? And God forbid if he's outnumbered by 1, he doesn't even have a rifle inside of the school, or even in his squad car, if he's even issued a squad car. So that's, in my high school, I know Officer CJ, coolest
I had like
dude,
1 cop.
awesome guy. He drove his personal vehicle to school. So, and he was a resource officer. Crazy. He's armed with a little sidearm, but like, what's that gonna do against some dude who's popping off, 5 rounds in itself?
At least in Philadelphia School District, the Philly School Police are associated with the Philadelphia Police Department, but they're unarmed. And then you have, of course, police that are assigned to certain schools. But
Right.
again, they're floating typically.
There's a bill right now. It's called the Safe Student Act. It's a HR 34 that's going around now. It gained momentum right after this shooting, and it's pretty much it overturns the Gun Free Zone Act of 1990 in schools.
That unfortunately,
I think
removing gun-free zones, that shit's gonna die so quickly.
I think one of the things though is, and I don't know, it may be an unpopular opinion here, but I think, generally speaking, I think we could agree that there needs to be, and this is somewhat borrowed from Yankee, but it's also something I feel as far as a safety net, as a social safety net, a social good, there should be at least a public option for those to choose to opt into it. Not a mandatory public option, but basically the accessibility of a public option, a private option, and if somebody is crazy enough to not want to be involved in healthcare, no option at all. In addition to that, it's not only just the healthcare side of it, the access to, or not access, the guarantee of healthcare, but also the social services, and that not being for profit. Because again, I think one of the main reasons why people don't want to put money into it is because they know if you really start going after the root cause of things, it's really fucking expensive. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you have to kind of just be all into, making sure that, kids like this particular kid, I mean, again, it's a tragedy, but at the same time, I do feel that the system did fail this kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, there's the social service side of it that failed, but then there's also the lack of investigation and seriousness of this. Like, it's not like this wasn't known. This is recorded.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing about these shootings,
not just January, but a year before. How the fuck does a kid introduce? A kid introduces and says, "Yeah, I'm the next school shooter," and fucking a year later. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not necessarily normal behavior. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is saying, they're like, when you talk about, every time in the news, it's just something wasn't right about this, this person or this kid, that type of shit. Maybe we need to consider, like, taking that shit more seriously, you know. And then on top of that, again,
did you hear the governor of Florida called for the FBI head guy who does the Florida region to step down because he didn't take it seriously?
It had nothing. So that's a shit show because it's not them. It was supposed to be forwarded to the office. The office didn't know about it. So therefore, how if they don't know if the protocols are put in place and nobody follows them, how can I mean again, it just I think this is the other thing. I think they are fucking overwhelmed. If there's only 1.2 million law enforcement, right, in this country, and there's 320 million, 320 million people, you really think they're going to be able to be able to follow it? I mean, short of it being a police state, that's the other side of it.
Yeah, you know I mean, it's like in here, here in the city, it's like they're really under manpower. Like in the city over here is 2.7 between 2.7 and 2.9 million people in the city of Chicago, and they only have like maybe close to 3,000 police officers. I mean,
but then they're not hiring.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and supposedly they're hiring again, and then they actually supposedly they're kind of like they're gonna start supposedly lowering their standards, like, you know, requirements pretty much. But I'm thinking like, no, you guys are not. The only reason you guys are not getting enough recruitment is because you guys are going all the wrong way about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're constantly getting like bad rap like every single time, and it gets out in the news. You know what I'm saying? Right. Some of the department is doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and then it reflects, you know, on their badge. You know what I'm saying? So in the law enforcement family is like, is somebody stains the badge, everybody else's badge gets stained at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, which is unfortunate, you know. It's like, and that's the problem with that they don't want to. The thing is, like, at the same time, they don't want to be held accountable. You know, that person's mistake. You know,
I just think
they don't want to call it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it's just, you know, it's weird. It's weird.
It's very similar to kind of like, you know, the kind of the underlying reason why we carry firearms, because we can't carry a cop, and cops can't be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you put that into that same situation of cops having to investigate the entire, you know, every fucking phone call that comes in, the sheer number of fucking, you know, it's that amount of data is just a lot. Right. It's overwhelming, you know.
Right. But I'll never forget what Coleon said. He said, you know, back in the day before he really got into guns, he was like, as long as he has his cell phone, he'll be good. You know, as long as I got my phone, I'll be okay. But what happens is after you dial 911 and the dude's staring at you in the face. So, you know, there's response times. That's why, you know, and these people keep on going back to, well, it was the Second Amendment was meant with muskets and all this stuff. It doesn't matter. Changing times, you know, the craziest thing, the cannonball was actually a revelry of technology when it first got underlaid during the American Revolution War. It was crazy, you know, a cannonball. Just think about how warfare was fought back then, in lines and fire lines and formations and all that stuff, where one side waited till one side shot, the other side waited until the other side shot, until close quarters combat was done. And that was after probably 300 people had died.
I mean, think about like World War I when the machine gun came out.
Right. And trench warfare. They sat there for years on the battlefront and didn't move. You know, people dying from, you know, malnutrition and starvation before they even got close. It just blows my mind, dude. It really does. Do I think that we need better gun laws? No, I think, you know, our goof in office right now reversed is one of his first things when he sat down in that chair and started signing with his small hands. He signed that waiver to be waived completely and thrown out
the mentally ill people. Yeah.
Right, the mentally ill people from actually obtaining a gun. So you know what? It starts at the top, and then that's the only thing that trickle down will ever work when it comes to making stuff like that. When it comes to money, it'll never happen. But you know, that's just crazy. Do I think that people should be screened a little bit better? Yeah. Am I a fan of universal background checks? Yeah, why not? Who cares? I don't care. I ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? If it stops, you know, the mentally ill or a felon, i.e., my main thing is this.
Rob, I agree.
If it stops a felon from buying a gun in a gun store, that's fine. Are the people who are going to go, you know, the back door and backwoods areas and try to, you know, buy and do whatever you do? That's fine. That's what they do. But then we need to employ. This is what the ATF needs to be spending their time doing instead of like holding me up on an SBR form or a Form 4 for suppressors. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what that $200 tax stamp should go to. Yeah, my $200 tax stamp should go to y'all kicking in doors on illegal gun shit. Like, you know, I'm all for that. As a matter of fact, they just busted something in Charlotte here. ATF, FBI, and Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office caught like 70 people. Like, they caught $500,000 in drugs, like $300,000 in cash, 70 people, some ties to Bloods, and like, you know, of course they're gonna mention MS-13, but like, I've never seen a whole bunch of, you know, Migos hanging out with like a whole bunch of brown folks. You know, it just doesn't work like that. It never really does. So,
I just really think, like, you know, again, it's, you know, as the lefty here, like, reading my fucking Facebook is just, it is nerve-wracking.
Stay on Facebook sometimes, man. Facebook is something.
It is, and I'm not. It is an absolute tragedy. I'm not downplaying it. I'm not armchair quarterbacking it. None of that. All I'm saying is if you're serious about this fucking issue, okay, it is obviously. I mean, it's firearms are possibly a symptom of the actual root cause. The root cause is what? Mental health. And why is there a problem of mental health? If you go back to Daddy Reagan, he's one of the leading causes of, again, why the mental health, I mean, as far as like the you know, the institutions, the state-run institutions, healthcare planning, you know, or mental health planning services, all that stuff, he's basically the one who stripped that out. You know what I'm saying?
Hold
up. Basically, what?
Shout out to Carolina EDC Reviews, who's like really watching this right now. Just got a notification.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert. Robert Wicks too, because he's going in the comment section.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Shout out Robert. Yeah, because he's in here talking about what was he saying? That the Nikola guy from the Florida shooting had like 36 police calls on him, and since 13 years old. You're saying
it's none of these. Again, you look at the only one that comes to the only one that comes to mind that is just an outlier is Las Vegas. That is like kind of still like the outlier from my understanding. I don't know. I haven't been really into it, but as far as like it being like, why the fuck did he do it? You know what I'm saying? But generally speaking, the other ones are kind of like, oh, we kind of saw this coming.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I still think the Vegas thing, that theory where they came up where it was an arms deal gone bad and shit was crazy. And I just, first of all, I don't know what you're telling me on the security cams, like they didn't see this guy trucking in like bags and
400-something pounds of guns.
Like, or did he like have them broken down in like Pelican cases? Like, what was going on? That's my first concern. Like,
I
start down.
To me, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but like, it's just like, to me, I still think this dude was just like, I'm gonna kill some people today. Just that is literally what I think, and that is something that he, I guess, planned out, and unfortunately, he succeeded. We don't know what. Again, I don't think, we'll ever know. It's one of those things where it's just like he decided he was going to kill some people and he fucking did it. You know what I'm saying? And
it was just too much.
He chose a soft target, and
that's to believe that he did it all by himself. That's just my thing.
I don't think I really do. I use the example like if somebody, some things in society are just very. Have you ever thought about this? There's some things that are just really just social trust things. I'm forgetting the actual term for it. But there's there's no law that can stop somebody from driving down the opposite side of the road and just hitting your car. Just head on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Every day you just drive down the road and somebody drives the opposite way and everybody goes about their day. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there's just certain social things we just trust people innately as, I guess, social creatures that people do. That is just, sometimes I feel like that is broken with certain people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is just a broken person in my opinion. The kid, I think, especially, him, there's a lot of shit being thrown out there. Like, the media cycle is constantly finding shit about this kid, white supremacist.
It's going to take months to sort that out. I mean,
alcohol related, pregnancy, all this shit that you keep his father died years ago. His mother recently died last year. All this shit. Like, this is the type of stuff. Like, where was the intervention as far as the system? As far as for anybody, any kid especially, that is a high risk. There's a very high risk or high risk kid of either being possibly delinquent or destructive, that angry, something along the lines of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's just like, if you look at America and as far as the shit that you would think would be a social good that would be good for the quality of life, it's just like, we just don't. It's just pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of mentality. And this is not something that I don't think that's going to work very, very well. And then they always compare us to all these other nations, which you can't compare us to any other nation. I'm sorry. You just can't. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
The comment section is going wild, guys. In case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was looking at
Wait. What?
Since he was 13, he warned us. Well, I mean, it's not going wild, but they're just having a good discussion down there. Anyway,
we got people watching. The comment section is active. Gun Buddies is on the rise.
GunBuddiesSocial coming to Oregon next for the GunBuddiesSocial shoot. Yeah. T, did you reach out to our boy?
I messaged him, but he never messaged me back.
This is what I'm worried about. This is
because regardless, we're all there. We can figure it out, right?
Mm. Yeah, but we can't just. I mean, how do we don't know where his spot is.
We need somebody to be able to carry a gun legally.
We need Van.
I need protection at all times.
You can carry an Oregon, right?
You can't carry your pistol, but you can have your rifle with you.
Wait, what?
You can open carry outside of like the major cities, but I don't have any retention anything, so I'm kind of.
Well, come on, bro. Really?
I know it's rural Oregon. So
wait, is there like so nobody can carry in Oregon, pretty much?
Pretty much.
No, they don't recognize anybody's carry permits. So
really,
unless you have their permit, you're shit out of luck. Or Leosa, of course, but
Yeah, it's kind of like here though. Here they don't recognize anyone. So, but there's a couple of lawsuits on that already on the books. Lady from Indiana suing the state of Illinois for that, and they're dragging so bad. Yeah. They keep postponing the lawsuits and stuff because they're waiting for because they were actually waiting for the national reciprocity. to pass.
It's not past.
It ain't going past.
Yeah. What's it called? So
I don't. Let's, you know what? Let's fucking talk about that. What do you guys think is going to happen? So I've been biting my tongue about whether or not I want to ask this very dangerous question on Gun Buddies. The question is do you think, as far as civilian gun rights, do you think they are going to expand in 2019, or there will be a regression in 2019?
In 2019, nothing's gonna happen. In 2020, right? They're gonna.
2019
is going to. Hold on. You know what? I can't say that. It depends on what happens these midterm elections.
Exactly.
These midterm elections go, the tide.
It does make the difference. Yep.
Republicans are going to be falling like flies out of Congress in the House, man.
Oh my God, it's going to be.
The only thing that I don't want to happen. I wish we could have term limits on senators and stuff like that, because I can't stand to hear Dianne Feinstein's mouth.
She's out. They're talking about her right now. I think she's 84. She's talking about she's going to be running again, and they're saying, like, you need to fucking stop, because basically what you're doing, again, it's kind of like, she's holding on to the seat when you could be getting other. Anyway, that's establishment shit. That's the whole nother. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is I think, as you were saying, as far as seats changing, I think a lot of shit is going to be in kind of like a very fluid kind of situation as far as shit
flux, man. It's gonna be in flux.
Oh, real? But I mean, I'm not talking about it in a good way. I'm talking about like they are coming after these fucking rifles.
All right, so in saying that, so if you haven't tried to buy a can now, and if you haven't tried to register your lower, and now I'm telling you this right now, if you don't do it between now and November of 2018, you will be shit out of luck. You're going to be sitting there pouting sad, all this jazz. You ain't never going to be able to get, because apparently people think a suppressor is just like movie quiet. Yep. It blows my mind. Blows my mind.
The shit that they are talking about right now, as far as, I mean, after this, the memes and shit, and the waiting periods, and the fucking, just the assault rifles, and
what is an assault rifle?
Oh my
God, exactly. Dude. What is an assault rifle?
Oh my God,
it looked like one of these things.
I'm just like, what the fuck is going? And the other things is my concern is with my state, at least, it's a good and bad thing. So one of the good things about, if you have a state that's somewhat pro-gun, you have the state preemption stuff, right? But the state preemption, it's like, for example, Philadelphia doesn't like firearms. They don't want you having firearms, but because under the state, they have to follow, again, the state constitution says you have to respect this right. Now, the problem is when, the Senate, your state Senate and House change, if they change the rules at the state level, what the fuck do you think happens throughout the entire fucking state? It is there is no what they say goes. You know what I'm saying? And there's no haven. You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts. On another side note, Eisenhower, I didn't know he had such a following, but that's Nick in the group who's going to Oregon. He has over 10K. I hear you, bro.
What do you mean 10K? What?
Followers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, hey, first of all, hold on. Let's talk about that right quick. What I plan, and I'm gonna get on.
Can I answer Rob real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, so if you have the majority of people in the state, again, if you have the populace that have decided that this is not what they want, the elected officials that they have in there that represent, quote unquote, their interests, they can amend any constitution. I really think in the next possibly 20 years, they're going to try to repeal the Second Amendment. I think it is absolutely possible. You know, my peers or our generation does not like, they do not think you need it. They do not want you having them. That it is very possible.
Well,
You know,
I would
that they
say,
could be tricked into that.
say everyone. I would say everyone.
But I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying the majority. We are a minority of a minority. Fuck, of a minority. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But the minority,
you know what I'm saying?
Though. The minorities are the majorities, though.
No, that's not how that. So one of the big problems is people are. So if you look at the last election, as far as the electoral college, yes, Trump won. As far as if it was a direct democracy, then yes, Hillary had the fucking votes, right? Do you think? I mean, we're a republic. We're not an actual direct, a democracy. Yada yada yada. So I think it's very possible that the electoral college could go, right?
Nah, I won't go.
Oh, it won't go.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's very see. That's the. I didn't think Trump would win, and guess what? We got Trump.
Listen. Okay.
So anything is possible. Thinking this shit is there. You cannot base it off history anymore.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna say this right now. The only reason Trump won, not because people hated Hillary, because Hillary and the rest of the DNC split the Democratic vote when they did not put Bernie as her number two.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I still to this day don't know who the fuck Tim Kaine is. Can anybody tell me who the fuck Tim Kaine is?
Let me explain this. You know, they barely won his own state. Barely. By the skin of his teeth. He won his own state in the general election. That blows my mind.
But the thing is still distracting from the fact both parties are fucked. In particular, I'm pissed. Again, I liked Bernie because Bernie is he doesn't like firearms, but he comes from a state that has, like, technically at one point had some of the most relaxed gun regulations on the books.
Right.
Well, it was kind of the first constitution as far as
constitutional carry over there.
They were the first. They were the shit. You know what I'm saying? They had their little haven, beer, off the chain, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? But like that,
Bernie reminds me of the mad scientist who warned everybody, who came running down the hall with all the piece of papers and he dropped one, and like that was him. So here's my thing. I consider myself a progressive. I don't even put that in. I go with who's progressing in the right manner.
Right.
What the Democrats did or what the DNC did, I would rather have 20% of something than 100% of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they split the Democratic vote down the middle. So people who were like seasoned Dems ended up voting for that Gary Johnson dude, and I was just like, you see, this is what y'all messed up.
It was so I will say,
Gary.
I know what happened. All right, the DNC again. And this is what I think as far as the establishment is concerned, is that there is straight cronyism throughout both parties, but especially, again, especially through the Democratic Party, because they had, again, Bill Clinton, who was president, right? And a lot of people had a lot of, let's just say, capital invested in making sure that they won. So they would be able to cash in on all the shit they had been, basically, over the year, all that, the favors and so on and so forth, for their own self-interest. And generally speaking, like, if you have money, it doesn't really matter who the fuck wins, because again, they're not really going to fuck with the rules of the game as far as your money's concerned. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter. But for the rest of us who aren't as fortunate, you know what I'm saying, we're stuck with, really nothing that's really different. The problem is that Bernie is basically, like, in my opinion, at the time, he was the change that we needed, but people were scared of voting for that change and the powers that be, as far as the establishment is concerned, wouldn't allow that because it's too far.
Hold up. Carolina EDC just said now you have Dwayne The Rock Johnson going to run for president. I tell you this right now, if he ran, he'd fucking win.
Him and Oprah.
We gotta stop this.
Exactly. We got the fucking
Oprah's not running though.
We can't have this. We cannot. This shit. See, this is a distraction. I do not think. Again, and I'm sure, like, the money side of it is interesting, but I really think, like, we should really be focusing on the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Read Robert's comment. It said the liberals are so divided into factions that they had to have a cabal running things, or else that we end up with another McGovern.
Where's the comment?
It's like the last one.
It's just so it's just like, I feel like,
I think he's right.
I think the arc of something is I'm forgetting what it is. There's something arc, like, where the pendulum swings back to the other side. It's about to go back really hard. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I mean, again, as I knew it, I kind of felt it, but I wasn't certain. But, like, I knew the right wasn't truly pro-gun. I had a feeling that the right was not pro-gun.
Yeah,
I felt it was lip service to say, like, get the vote. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't feel like.
Bro, they'll say whatever to get your vote. If you're pro-gun, then they pro-gun.
And yes, you're right. That's, like, along the lines of a politician. But, like, honestly, the way that I'm pro-gun, like, most gun people are not pro-gun like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't think these people, and it shows in the NRA. Obviously, the NRA does.
NRA's trying to be a political party or something. I don't know.
It's a Ponzi scheme. They
need to go ahead and fill out a ballot for a real election.
Exactly.
It's basically, again, it's a never-ending fundraising campaign. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As long as I'll fight for your rights. I'll fight for your rights. It's almost a vested interest in making sure that,
I'm telling you, like,
shit doesn't go right.
Obama gave them some of the greatest years they've had. With them, Obama's going to take all our guns, buy the guns, send us the money. Obama, bro, they got used to that for 8 years, and now that that's gone, they need that money. Like, they got used to that.
If he could have done a ninth year, they would have been awful, because the amount of money that they made off it. And now with this Trump idiot, they're not making money. Trump is actually hurting their business, because why? Why? Because the slump, basically, again, they think he's pro. I don't think Trump is actually pro-gun. But on top of that, the legislators that you currently have in office, who we've somehow elected, have no interest. They don't give a shit about it, because it's an unfavorable right. Supreme Court doesn't give a shit about it, and I don't think that the Supreme Court is necessarily trying, like they say about the NRA, playing a game of chess. It's just a situation of where, like, they just have no interest in fucking weighing in, and they can do that because they are the Supreme Court of the United States. They don't have to do shit.
When it comes,
I'm telling you. I don't know if you guys see the Hank Strange, the last podcast with
I did,
Mac from Military Arms, and then you see the Eric from Iraq Area 88, and Yankee Marshall. I mean, they put up some, like, good points as far as the NRA should be doing. They need to restructure the whole entire organization.
It's got to go. It is got. It either has to, again. It either that this Wayne LaPierre fucker is just like, he's.
I thought it was Pete Brownell.
No.
Right now, it's only a president.
He's a figurehead. if that. Yeah, he has no power. Basically, again, Wayne LaPierre is like the how do you say, the
Grand Wizard.
Yeah, he's basically he's like the CEO of the NRA, whatever you want to call it, the president rather of the NRA. And basically, like, he just collects a check off this. You know what I'm saying? That is his thing. You know, we're fighting for your rights, and because they were there first, I mean, I saw comments about, like, you know, people saying like, oh yeah, I'm going to join the NRA, and I was just about to comment and be like, the NRA, they don't do anything. They don't do a fucking. They don't do anything other than take your money. They don't do anything.
No, but the thing, all they do is send literatures of where you live at, and they'll say like, "Hey, your state is doing something with your gun rights. You should go out there and say something." That's about it. And legally, all they do is like they'll throw a lawsuit, and that's about it. They'll throw a lawsuit,
by the way,
and they just wait it out.
Your yearly dues,
you know.
Yeah, right. For that entire I regret that year that I signed up. For that entire fucking year, they sent me nothing but fundraising. Nothing but fundraising. Like, we need you to fight for your rights. Like, I had at least 2 a month. At least 2 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got rid of my stuff. Like, I just trashed it. You know.
So this is, you know, and I this is what I am. I tell you straight up. That's what I am.
Yeah. I just, you know what? As a matter of fact, I actually joined yesterday, day before yesterday I joined.
They write gun control laws. That's the fuck they do. They're really good at it.
Yeah, I mean, but I have to admit though, they even said it when they were in the one of the guys that from Gun Owners Association. He was the communications dude, and he says like, look, we would love to do a convention, but our focus is on federal, state, and local laws. You know what I'm saying? So right now it'll be nice to throw a little party, but we cannot. We still got to hit the ground running pretty much. And that's what I liked about it too.
Which organization?
Gun Owners of America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll tell you this, like, I'm not in the complete know of Gun Owners of America. I guess I'm not even in the complete know of the NRA because I don't vote on it, because I'm not becoming a life member to that fucking place until they get their shit together.
Yeah, me either.
And you know, right now, I mean, like, I'm an NRA, you know, basic pistol instructor. I don't even want to be I do not want to be associated. That's how bad it is. Like, I don't even, their education program is out fucking dated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's showing its age. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just the people within it. It's everything. It's like, it literally is turning into a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Right.
You know? And
the only way you can change the NRA is through their pockets. That's it.
Yeah, hurt them where it hurts, the money.
It's the money, yeah. And then what Tim said is like, you also gotta hold gun manufacturers accountable for supporting them. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, it's like, you know how you really hit them with the most? Stop supporting those gun manufacturers that support the NRA right now. Well, I was like, wow.
That's
that was like crazy.
But there's companies that, for example, I mean, it's just like the news cycle. We're so forgetful because we're constantly being pumped with stuff. It's the same thing with Springfield. That entire Springfield fiasco.
Oh,
you know
man, dude,
Does anybody else remember that? That shit's dead now, right?
Yeah.
Springfield should be burning, right? Fucking
yeah, dude. Me personally, I will not buy anything Springfield. Not even Rock Armory arms. I will not even buy nothing, dude. And they're like, it's kind of tempting, but I'm like, nope. Ever since that happened, I'm like, bullshit. No, hell no. They could throw me on XD for like $200. I'm like, nope.
Listen. We can sit there and say all we want to about that. I love my XDS.
That's good. That's good and all. That's great. But
no fucking
what they did, dude, that law that they were really gonna screw us up, man. They were really gonna screw not only us, but they were gonna screw my FFL, my buddy's FFL. I mean, they were gonna screw like a bunch of FFL dealers, mom and pop stores. I mean, for 2 giant boxes.
It's just like when the NRA asked the ATF to make a ruling or two about the bump stock thing. That's all they did. It is what it is. And I still love my handy dandy XDS.
And it's funny, now you probably gonna still carry your SIG, right? So you can't just bring
okay, here we go. Okay, we have to lay into this because I am so sick and tired of these fucking people on these black gun groups that are going ape shit. And I mean ape shit over this whole SIG thing. Let me see. I'm a CEO of a marketing department of a gun manufacturer. How can I sell more guns, piss people off to sell more guns, and also, sell more guns? Let me go ahead and pick a touchy subject. What's going on in the past 2 years that we've all been debating about and going on? Standing for the national anthem. Maybe I should go ahead and make a gun that says stand on the slide, and I'll get every patriot and everybody who bleeds red, blue, and white to go ahead and buy that. That's exactly what the fuck they did. Okay? I don't give a damn. I don't care. I love SIG products because they work. They are amazing and they're good quality and good for the price. Okay? I don't care what a gun manufacturer does as long as they keep on manufacturing that said gun. All right. As long as they keep on being innovative, which SIG is the most innovative gun manufacturer right now. Name somebody else other than SIG and HK that are changing the game. Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I don't even. I don't know how to.
I wanted to say CZ, but I don't know if they're changing the game.
They're not changing the game. They're coming up. But when I'm talking about fully, I'm talking about from soup to nuts.
That's the thing. Like no one does like all the stuff SIG does.
SIG's making everything, okay? Everything. The only thing that HK would do is make more civilian legal shit. Like, and same thing. The worst thing that happened at SHOT Show were 3 things, okay? 3 things. That Franklin Armory bullshit.
That was a complete fucking letdown.
Complete fucking letdown. HK 433 that came out, and then FN fucked up when they trolled everybody with that SCAR, that 7.5 SCAR PDW. It looks it looks so good. And then all of a sudden you saw those words that were just LE and military only.
Man, I know, dude. I was so mad. I was so mad, dude. I was so mad when I saw it. I'm like, what? Hey, why you guys bothered to put it up there?
Hey, Jay, why did they do it? Like what did Dave Chappelle say? Fuck them. That's why.
It's one of those things. Like, I was hoping. I saw a video. I think it's Guns America, whatever his channel, and he had actually a decent interview with HK. And you guys know I'm pissed at HK, but apparently, they're going to be having this U.S. factory, and they're going to be trying to build the particular guns that they say they can't import here, and also make some new versions of things that haven't been thought of yet. And they apparently have the designers that are from, I guess, the GmbH, or the German company, German HK, because HK America and HK Germany are 2 different beasts, really. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, I'm hoping some interesting stuff comes out. But
Yeah, but at the end of the day, dude, it just goes basically down to like, who is gonna buy the most? Is it military or is it civilians?
It's lip service. I mean, it's still lip service, but the thing is like I'm hoping that the distinction between HK Germany and HK America realizes like, okay, since we have the civilian market in America, we don't really have the law enforcement market like we, used to during the 60s and the 70s and, et cetera. Maybe we can kind of go after and start doing some of the things that have been somewhat, coveted by the civilian market, but have never really been here, and not charge too crazy of a price. Like that SPK, that $2,500 is for a barrel that's, I mean, it's just, I'm not really a fan of it. You know, I don't know.
I don't know, but for me,
the entire setup, the handguard is too short.
Yeah, for me, to be honest, if I had a choice between SIG and H&K, to be honest, I will actually really support SIG, and the reason why is because they're more civilian friendly, even though they'll do anything. But I mean, I really believed on their products. You know what I mean? They're pricey as hell, but they back it up.
Let me tell you something. Name one SIG product.
No, SIG.
Name one. Yeah, name one product right now that they offer for military that they don't offer for civilian. And I don't say the 5.52 because it's before SIG was in the States then.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything. Everything is general. It's all across the board.
Everything that the military has, we can SIG have is for the civilians too.
MPX, MCX Rattler. That was the best thing that came out. But why on God's green earth is it 3/4 the way to a scar?
Why? It's crazy. But I have to admit, but I have to admit, the design for the Rattler is amazing. I mean, you don't have to worry about no buffer springs or buffer tubes or nothing because it's just the mechanical, like the rails on top of the bolt carry group. I was like, what? I mean, the way, and then it's so easy to open, it's so easy to clean. And I was like, yeah, no wonder they're that much, you know.
But I will say, if for somebody who doesn't put the time in, for somebody, I put time in to learn how to shoot this. But I'm saying, like, for people who do not put the time into learning this gun, I agree. The trigger is average. There's no reason why this gun should not have a match system for it like they put into the USP. There is no reason that this gun, in my opinion, again, as far as a hammer fire gun, it is a sweet firing gun. Yes, the trigger, especially in this configuration as a DASA gun, it is very combat-like, very average of combat as far as a combat setup, duty design setup. But generally speaking, this is a really solid platform. I mean, like, this gun is, again, potentially a 90,000 round gun. You know what I'm saying? Not that I ever plan on shooting 90,000 rounds, but I'm going to fucking try my best to try to get half that. You know what I'm saying? And that's certainly attainable. But, you know, as far as HK as a company, again, for me, the only stuff I really am interested in is the 433. That would be something. Well, yeah, you can't get it. I would be certainly interested in buying a 433. I don't really have any interest in pistol caliber carbines. They don't really interest me. So basically that, and maybe the 5.56. You know,
hold on.
Or not, or the 416, whatever
you wouldn't take an MPX?
Nope, I have no interest.
You wouldn't take an MP7?
Nope, no interest.
You're nuts. If they made a civilian legal MP7,
I'll take it.
I have no interest. MP7 is chambered in 5.7, right?
Okay, hold on. No, not in 5.7. 5.7 is only for FN. It's chambered in 4.6 something.
Whatever it's, I have no interest in it.
Hold on. But there apparently, and I got this, and I had to beat down the dude on Twitter who represents HK in their like professional shooting. I said, please, Lord God, HK, do what all of us consumers want. A civilian legal MP7 that's chambered in 9mm. And he was like, your prayers may be getting answered.
So this is I'm a weird.
I'd be interested in MP7 and 9mm. I'd be interested in that.
Me personally, I love the MP5. I mean,
outdated. It's been beaten up. I mean, right now, the person who's dogging the MP5 is Kevin from Q, who used to own AAC with their
yeah.
He built that rifle in 300 Blackout to be the MP5 killer. The MP5 is dead. That whole platform's done. The SIG MPX has already beaten it up. The CZ Scorpion's already beaten it up. It's just like, who's next? Like, come on.
The thing is, and we were talking, me and T were talking about this earlier, or he mentioned it. as far as the configuration of a pistol caliber carbine, I see no advantage to it versus a rifle, in my opinion, other than possibly it being a lot fucking louder. And it's already generally loud. I would say a suppressed rifle that is the same form factor as whatever a pistol caliber carbine of your choice really makes no sense for me in my context of what I do, which is very little.
Well, it's for being quiet. You know, you have a suppressed 45 with subs in it. You're talking about,
again. I could. For
Yeah.
me, I could just jump to, so again, for that, I could just jump to 300 Blackout. I don't have any interest in 300 Blackout because I don't want to get.
But here's the problem that you have running with 300
Oh
Blackout.
man, I love my 300 Blackout.
Even though it's been around for like, you know, past 6 years, the ammo is still $22 a box, like for subsonic.
What do you think that HK is gonna be? Shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, well, if as you said, a 9mm, then a lot less. But I'm saying, like, as far as, again, I'll take 300 in that situation because, again, it has a wide range of what it can do.
Right.
But generally speaking, this is what I stock. And I tell you, again, 9mm is what I have the most of. 357 SIG is my prepper count. Okay. As far as rifle is concerned, I am 5.56 only. And I'm totally fine. I do not have a shotgun. I do own some 12 gauge.
I agree, but I throw 308 in there.
Well, 308 is another caliber that I have intentions of getting, but right now it is basically, again, 9mm, 357 SIG, and 5.56. Makes my life way easier, and I can stock it deep. As far as if I were to consider anything else, if I went into 300, I already have the magazines or, you know, good to go. You know what I'm saying?
You go 300, you're not going to go back, bro. You go 300, you're not going to go back. I'm
scared of a kaboom. Even if I know that I can tell the difference, I refuse to have
I love my 300 build. I love it. It took me a couple of months to build it because I was very picky on which parts I want to put in. But I love my 300. I love it. I mean, and the thing is, like, especially, like, I mean, unfortunately, I cannot suppress it yet. But if it ever comes down to, like, let's say if I move to another state, I guarantee you I'm going to straight up suppress it.
You need to move one state over, man. That's what happens.
Oh, yeah. That's all I need. That's exactly what I need.
All right, so check this. Back to the Oregon deal. What I'm planning to do, I've come up with some things that I would like to do. T, I really need you to do your MacGyver Kung Fu reach out to folks on IG, okay? And that's Van, and you need to get Tizzy or Tizzy's number, and we need to iron some stuff out, bro, because, you know, we're in the works of this planning. I'm not trying to have this notion after we all pull up to a wonderful place, even though it'd be great just to get away and hang out with people. But I'm trying to do some work while we're out there, okay? So what we're going to do is definitely some cold bore stuff, some shooting and moving, actually shooting and moving. And shooting and moving and shooting.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay.
It's too much. And I can only do one.
Right? And there's something else we're going to do. I'm going to talk to Nick probably tomorrow when I have time. We're going to work out some that's why I was saying with the vehicle, we're going to do some vehicle stuff, okay? And that's going to be awesome, like vehicle ambush type stuff, get cover and concealment type stuff. We're going to do the drill where we're going to put, 6 targets around, and you got to go from inside the car, shoot to get your carbine from out the back, and then use cover and concealment to work around. And we're going to start calling out numbers to where you need to make hits, okay? You're going to get dirty.
Are these steel targets or paper targets?
Say what?
Are they going to be steel targets or paper targets?
Well, I don't know any steel out there, so they're going to have to be cardboard.
Paper, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Keeps you honest.
Because I was going to say, like, if we, like, I guess, if we brought our own steel targets, but I guess that'd be too heavy.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Paper keeps you honest.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Hey, okay, so I got a question. Like, okay, so you guys are talking about like Oregon. Like, What's going on in Oregon? Because I'm out of the loop.
Okay, so we are absolutely rude as hell. So I'm gonna let Thomas go ahead and fill you in on what's going on.
Damn.
That was his idea.
All right.
That's funny.
No, so I don't know what it is. I just got this notion that we need to all get together and have a group shoot, okay? I don't care if you want to call it the Gun Accord. I don't care if you want to call it GunBuddiesSocial group, whatever. We all need to get to a place where we can actually put these things that we're learning, that we're talking about, to good use. Not only that, to fellowship with other people who are also in the 2A community, to celebrate the 2A community as itself, but not only that, to go out there and pew our asses off and have fun. So, in saying that, I was looking at RBG Russo on his IG. I don't even know if that's how you say Russo, whatever. I was looking at his IG, and he is out there in Oregon. He's out there running drills. I've seen the progression of this dude, how he started from like just a small little simple build, and his build has gotten good, and he's been pushing himself, doing drills, doing this, doing that, and without the help of really anybody. And his social media following has just jumped. He's an entrepreneur doing his own Urban Army bags and platform for that stuff, and I really respect his hustle. So I was like, man, you know, we all need to link up. So I had messaged him on Instagram, and he was like, yeah, man, that'd be so cool. So literally it happened, I thought, on a Thursday night, last Thursday, and I was like, fuck it. We're going to try and throw it together. And the funniest thing, I just threw it out there as a teaser, and like everybody and their mother was like, yes, I would love to go out, fly to Oregon, do some running and shooting and do some commando type shit. Because you know what? Why leave it to all the people who have 60 and 70 and 100,000 followers and to like do that shit? You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking any of those guys. Like, you know, there's people who've been in this game who've been doing that. One of my favorite people to watch on IG is not Lucas from T-Rex Arms, okay? Because sometimes he can be a little pompous and just sell you right off the edge. But
I know you're about to say.
It's actually Milspec.
Starts with a G. Oh, Milspec. I don't know that channel.
Milspec Mojo is actually the dude who I watch a lot. Why? Because he's humble as fuck. He is, his splits, that boy's finger, his finger and Jerry Mikulic's finger is just nuts. Okay?
Registered.
Yeah, they don't
Hey, who?
Milspec Mojo for nothing. He's running there doing these split times on Milspec stuff. And he's just nasty with it. I mean, a cardboard assassin. That's what they really need to rename him as.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And, you know, I just love his perspective on certain things.
Who was the other guy that you mentioned on IG?
RBG Russo?
How you spell it again?
RBG RUSO.
I think it's like a period between the G and the U.
Is there an underscore or something?
Is
no,
there
I think something that spaces
no, it's
out.
RBG. It says RBG RUSO.
Oh yeah, RUSO. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Maybe I spelled it.
All right. I just started following him then.
Yeah. So if you go through and look at his stuff, he's really progressed, and I dig what's going out there. Plus, I've only actually flown into Oregon. I haven't spent much time, but it'd be nice to be in the Pac West and, you know, witness another. I've been in most climates. I've been up in the cold. Obviously, I've been down in the swamp at Florida. I've been out in the heat, Texas and Arizona. I've been out in Cali in the dry spots, but I've never really experienced the Pac West, Northwest. So why not, man? Let's link up. Let's do it for the culture and the cause. And when I say the culture, I mean the 2A culture, not just being us.
I mean, I'm
I
down.
understand that Black Panther came out, and that's cool. But
Hey, I enjoy that movie.
Hey, don't you spoil it. Don't you, any of y'all.
Yeah, I swear to God.
I swear to God, if any of y'all spoil
I will fly anywhere.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still the type of guy who looks at like ending credits or whatever, but I can do that and have be fun. That's the scene ending credits. That's when I'm expecting Captain America to walk out with his like no shield having ass. But anyway, that's what but with this whole thing with Oregon, it's just, I see the spots that he's got out there. He's got a lot of room to actually do some.
Yeah, he's out there with mountains and wide open space, so he doesn't even need a back. It's a natural gun range, you know?
Right.
Hey, you know what? Since if you guys like actually really going to Oregon, you might as well, like, especially Locs, he might as well like go check out Valentia though. She's out there though.
See, I knew he was gonna say it. So
yeah.
Who?
Dude, she is, oh my God, bro.
put your pistol down.
He's good, yo.
Working them Twitter fingers, talking to, and then IG fingers talking to Van, and you need to be like, hey, if you could just.
I mean, she'll reply back to some of the comments, but I mean, I'll ask. Dude, first, I gotta see like what part of Oregon she's in.
Well, just no. What you need to do is just this is what I would do. All right. The only reason why I'm not doing it is because I don't have ChefJBF firearms reviews. Okay, that's why.
I just want you guys to know this is live right now. We're planning, and it's very live.
That's fine.
Okay, so you guys are going to go over there, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys are planning to go over there?
Oh, May. Okay, so the dates go as follows. What is good for everybody else? It seems like May 18th through the 20th is like a really good time. It's right before summer really starts kicking in. It'll be a good time to get away. At least I don't know. Me personally, my birthday is actually the 21st, and I didn't even realize that until I was typing in the dates for the flights, and I was like, oh. I always do the third week in a month because it's like the best payday for everybody apparently. So, FYI.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then what's it called? So you travel with your long gun over there, but you cannot travel with your pistol, obviously.
No.
We can.
You just can't, conceal carry. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right.
We would have the open carry.
Yeah, outside of the city. And some counties have like.
Okay, maybe. Okay, you don't have to, or you can't conceal carry.
That would be.
Okay. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. When I go pick up my nieces from school, I don't. It says gun free zone. And then I just look fine, and I'm just like.
I like the way Jason just turned his face to the side.
I have a lot of those gym moments from The Office where I just have to look away and look dead at the camera and just be like, "Oh, okay." I'm not telling you how to live your life. I didn't say break the law. Okay.
There's difference between can't and not allowed.
But hold on. What does it say? What does it say? Shall not be.
The same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That wink. There you go. Throw that wink in there.
Yeah. But I'm fucking praying nothing pops up because for me, as I said, as a city kid, I don't have much space, and to have that type of space, 200 yards is. Wow. Just 200 yards to have as a range and be able to move and not be static in some administrative bullshit. I mean, like when I took the course, I took a tactical response fighting pistol in Camden, Tennessee. The idea that we had a fucking, I met him. Met him.
And you didn't get shot.
Jordan Winkler, and I also met Calvin Lim. All cool dudes. Particularly, I got to know Winkler and Calvin Lim.
Gotcha.
Stayed in the team room and everything. It was great. But, like the main thing is it's like, this fucking static range stuff. I mean, even cops are, for the most part, most police, again, qualify within static, ranges to a degree. I mean, there's some movement, but very little. It's like, come on, it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I know my one of my local gun range is like they're actually offering tactical classes, what they call it. And me and my dad, we went there. Was it on a Friday? No, yeah, we did. Went on a Friday, and then we had a Friday off, or we went after work or whatever. And then they were doing like the second range to our right. Because it's like two ranges, but they're real big. So the other range was nothing but tactical classes. And like we asked, it's like, hey, how much is like for the tactical class? I'm thinking about like a couple of $100. And like, no, $25. I'm like, what? $25? You can run as many ammo as you have. You can bring. And I'm like, how's that possible? It's like the only reason we're doing this is because we want to get people into training. You know what I mean?
Are they using frangible ammunition, or what is? I'm
They
jealous.
say like I would say any ammo. He said. I mean, I can even like bring my AR pistol. I'm like, wow.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Are you shooting steel? Is it an indoor range?
Yeah, it's an indoor range, and they do have cardboard. They do have that.
Okay, all right. I was about to say, like, if you can shoot, and if you're shooting steel indoors with regular, non-frangible ammunition, that's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah.
But as long as if it's cardboard and stuff like that, as long as it's has a backstop, you're good to go.
Yeah, no, but they do have all of them. Either they got steel or they have cardboard or paper. Don't matter. But I was really surprised for $25. I was like, what? That is crazy cheap, man. I told my dad, dude, we have to come like every other Friday. The only thing sucks is the time, because it starts at 5:30. I'm like, oh my god, dude! I get off at 4:30, and I'll take like another hour or so to get over there.
Yeah. Okay. I've just read the comments. First of all, it's funny. Carolina EDC said the MPX is not suppressor friendly. You know what I say? Grow some hair on your chest. No, I'm just messing with you. It just spits a little gas in your face. If you're running a can, that's what you need to get used to. The gas smell. I mean, that's just what it is. It's gonna hit you.
I heard.
Just deal with it. But my dude Robert Wick said 9mm is good. I'm not interested in some weird European techno music caliber. You know what? Here's the funniest thing with that. Every time I see somebody shooting an MP7, in my mind, it's going slow motion, and the song "Du hast mich" is like playing in the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, but check out what Robert Wick said. He just got a range membership, and he has to hit the range how many times at least? Yeah. You know what? It's crazy. Over here, I just checked out this new gun range, not too far away from my job, and the thing is, it's at the borderline of the city and the suburb. It's like literally across the street, which is weird.
Jamil, you would lose your mind if you came to my range. Thomas, I remember when I took T there for the first time.
It's
like, what?
It's just like it's. Sometimes I just feel like, and I probably shouldn't say this on the record or camera, but it is what it is. I just feel like most of the ranges are just, again, it doesn't necessarily cater to the shooter. It just caters to getting the money. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the ranges are like, they're not. It's just basically like, there's really, in my opinion, there's not a lot of money put into them. You know what I'm saying? They're maybe OSHA safe, if, you know what I'm saying? And
I mean, this range, yeah, but the range that I went to, it was like really clean,
I mean,
it was really clean. The oxygen site, the air filter thing, it does a great job. I was very impressed by it. And other than that, it's cool it's a real cool gun range for me though. I liked it, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like near my job, and it's like right there within the borderline of the suburb, which is called Lincolnwood in Chicago. Like I can literally, like, example, like if I buy a rifle, because even one of the employees in there says, like, look, if you buy a rifle, you cannot own it. You cannot have in possession in Chicago. You could own one, but you cannot have in possession. So what he said is like, look.
So like, you just gonna put it on your wall? Never use?
No. You cannot have in possession like within wherever you're at in the city of Chicago. But example, like what the gentleman said is like, look, if you can actually own a rifle, but just have it here in our range, you know what I'm saying? In our range, and then you have, once you get your membership, you get your own locker, and then you can just put it there. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, that's not bad.
The case of that's
Bro, I cannot imagine leaving my guns in somewhere that is not my house. Like,
yeah, I know exactly. Welcome to my world. Man, but I mean that's how I do it. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Yeah, because you have to, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's why I'm kind of happy I live in the South. We're gun friendly down here,
dude. Man, I would love to like move out of here so bad. It's not even funny. It's too much corruption going on here, and other than politics, I'm really really sick and tired of the winter now. I really want to go somewhere warm.
Yeah, I could imagine you saying that after last week. I heard you guys had or some shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was horrible. I mean, this week finally, it just went up in temperature. Like right now, it's 24 degrees. Right now, it's like.
You said it went up. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So it's like last week we got hit with a ton of snow, right? And then like finally this week it just started going up. You know what I mean? The temperature. But it's just like, man, it's like back and forth. It goes good and it goes bad. It goes good and it goes bad. And everybody keeps saying like, oh, that's Chicago for you. We're like, damn it, I'm tired of this excuse saying, oh, it's Chicago for you. Chicago. I just hate it. I hate it.
It's fucking crazy. So I alluded earlier when I did that gig, and there's 3 gigs. I did 3 gigs. 1 gig in Erie, PA. Again, I was wearing Chucks the entire time. We got out the van. It was 7 degrees, right? And then we went further north. We stayed in Casadega, New York, which is not. It's like
wow.
It's outside of a little bit outside of Jamestown. It was 7:30. I woke up. It was 7:30 in the morning. It was negative 17 degrees outside, right? And then we went.
And that's actually kind of like the norm over here. When it gets that cold.
And then we what really got me laughing is then we went to Buffalo, New York, and we played this place. It was packed. Like, I'd never been to Buffalo before. I'd never been to Jamestown, Western New York, period, right?
Hey, Buffalo.
Dude, it was like, it was snowing so hard outside, and that place was fucking packed. Girls in mini skirts and shit. It's like, I could not believe.
Welcome to Buffalo, bro.
Dude, I could not fucking believe it. Dude, we're worried about how the fuck we're gonna get out. It's like literally like maybe about like almost 5 inches worth of snow. We're like sitting there like, holy fuck, are we gonna get snowed in? Trying to travel back. We're trying to load the gear into the fucking van and get the fuck out of there. And they're just like, it's the beginning of the night for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like, but it's the same thing over here in Chicago. Like, it could be like 10 degrees out there, and then if you got like a gig, people will still like show up regardless.
Crazy.
Exactly. Which is great. Which is great because they actually show support. You know what I mean?
It's great. It was great. It was a great gig. Yeah. It was a great gig. I mean, but I could not.
I'll support you when personally.
It's hot. Yeah, I could personally not. I could not.
Yeah, I mean, I have done it, so it's like I remember the days that DJing and the cold weather back in the days when I used to help my friends out loading gears left and right in the snow and everything. I was like, no. But thank God with technology now, you don't need to carry all that with you now anymore. All you gotta do is carry a flash drive, your headphones, and you're good.
I personally, it was great. One thing, one of the things I should have known is when it gets that cold, like that particularly cold, that real cold, when you put salt on it, it doesn't melt it. It just turns into slush.
Yeah.
That's real cold. That's the best you can hope for. It's not going anywhere, but it at least won't kill you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, man. I could not believe it.
Question, this is like off topic, but you guys are like planning to go to the NRA meeting this year?
I couldn't keep my mouth shut if I went. Probably not. I mean, I don't even know. See, the thing is, I'm as an instructor. as an instructor?
I mean, for me personally, I just want to go over there just to meet everybody that I follow. You know what I mean? And then what's it called? And just like meet up with you guys. That's about it.
Well, I would. So the thing is I don't know I'm not a member. I don't know if an instructor makes me a member. I hope it doesn't. But I'm just trying to find out, like, can instructors go?
You're in it for life, bro.
Nah, that shit expires in 2019, and then they get their money again, right?
No, not anymore.
No, but what's it called? I think it's open to the public pretty much. You don't really have to like be a member in order to go. I'm assuming.
I thought you had, I don't know. But I don't know the entire process. But I mean, like, it's something to consider. I've never been to like, like a gun trade show like that. I mean, of course, gun shows, but not like where the new shit's coming out,
Yeah, I know. My plans are to like go to the USCCA meet in Kentucky. It's in April, I believe. Go to the NRA.
I'm a USCCA member.
Yeah, I'm also a member too. And then go to the NRA. And the only reason I want to go to the NRA is just to meet up everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some faces and everything.
Like, go to Oregon with us.
Yeah, man. Jason would say go to Oregon with us.
Yeah, he said, go to Oregon with us. If you about that life.
And you can fly with your shit. I don't know. I don't know if you can fly out of Midway or O'Hare.
No, you can. You can.
They won't stop you at the fucking. I mean, you said possession, so I'm curious. Like, are they?
No. I mean, you do like everybody else does. You check in your firearm and all that stuff.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because like some places, like if I were to do that in New Jersey or New York or Maryland, or it gets a little weird if you're not law enforcement.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I will avoid at all costs going up like upstate that area.
Like mine, like I make it a mission to be non-compliant. So if I cross that that fucking bridge, I am I am going. If I would be going for a long time if that were.
No, exactly. I'm like, I have no reason to go up there, nor I ever will go up there. No way.
Stay on my side, man. Woo!
Yeah, I was like, I like Pennsylvania better than New Jersey. Because my dad, he's a transporter, and then and he goes like everywhere, and
cars,
he's always
like automotives.
No. He does what he does. He just he transports goods.
Okay.
Yeah, he just transports goods. So he does every now and then. He goes through New York and New Jersey, and he always like has to like he breaks down his stuff. You know what I mean? To the T.
Well, to me, it's like even the air is different. As soon as I roll up in New Jersey or New York, I can just feel like a hostile. It just feels hostile. I can't breathe.
Oh, but I'm sorry to answer Carolina's comment. It's like you cannot go to SHOT Show at all. You have to be a
to trade show,
a gun manufacturer, or a gun store owner, or media in order to go to the SHOT Show.
Technically, we could
turn
it's not this in the media. Technically.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you have to have good conjecture.
See, you already have it. You can go. You already went. So
I didn't go.
I thought you went.
No, I thought I was gonna go too.
Yeah.
I could. Damn, I
missed. He could like through 21 Sports Tactical. He could.
Yeah, about that.
You could go yourself, right?
Maybe.
You're media. Technically, you're media, right?
Oh, but they're asking more credentials now than the year before. For me, if you want to go for media,
they want to
Yeah.
If you want this money, shut up and take it. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like NAM. They're trying to crack down on NAM, but it just seems like they're basically just making it.
God, I would love to go to NAM.
Damn, how long we been doing this? About almost 2 hours. All right, so we gotta cut it soon.
All right, so I don't know what you guys are doing next week, but I again, my only thing is I have to be at work at 6, so I do 6 to 2, and I try to go to bed at 9. So I'm a granny, but hey, I gotta make sure I'm ready.
You gotta get his beauty sleep.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up all night. I guess. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm good.
No, I'm off on the weekends. I'm just saying, like on weekdays, that's why it's that hard 9 o'clock. I gotta be in bed.
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely understandable.
Because that's the thing. Like, I got class from 6 to 8, so on Thursdays.
We can make it Wednesday. Hey, I have nothing stopping making from Wednesday. Wednesday works for everybody.
Yeah. Jason, that works for you if you're still here.
I'm here. I'm just in full chicken nugget meltdown right now.
Nice.
Understood.
That's the way. The camera off. He took the camera off.
It's violent over there.
Charlotte Nuggets. Charlotte Nuggets.
No, I am like my little chicken nugget is melting down right now, dude. I've been trying to get this thing on him, and he's just not having it, bro. He's just like, I'm not about that fuck shit, man. Like,
okay, so the next meet, if you guys want, will be like when on a Wednesday then?
Thursday's better. Thursday's way better.
But he can't do Thursday.
Oh, who can't do Thursday or Wednesday? Whatever. I don't care. Just as long as
I mean, I don't care. I'm open.
All right. So I mean, we'll try to do Wednesday to Friday because it seems like it may fluctuate, but we'll try to let people know. I really think like I really feel like we have something. It seems like it's entertaining to people, which is great, and we really appreciate you guys sitting here watching us ramble on. It really means a lot to us all.
You know what? Yeah, it's fun, but we do have to keep up with the comments that they post on YouTube.
We're working on that, guys. We're working on that. Sorry about that.
So I apologize, Carolina EDC Reviews and Robert Wicks. They've been very supportive of the channel since the beginning. So yeah, especially Robert. He's been in this for a while.
Shout out to Rob.
Yeah, shout out to Rob.
So what we're gonna, and I know it seems we're gonna try and again, I don't know if we can like maybe push it on BGOE. I don't know. I feel like kind of like it'll just get walked over. Nobody kind of sees it.
When you post on BGOE,
be prepared for the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. The internet ninjas will come. Even if you're affiliated with a cop, you should die. Like, just be prepared for that. Oh yeah. Jamil's talking about law enforcement, so I would stay away because I don't know. Apparently.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to. I mean, again, like everybody else, I'm just trying to get a gig, and I'm also trying to. I'm as hard as we are fighting for the good fight as far as keeping this constitutional right. These people believe that only police and the government should have firearms, and it's just like I do not agree with you. And they believe police should be the only ones with guns to a degree. So like now they're making me like shit. I may have to get Leosa for the next 10 years so I can have that for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to that point. So it's like,
gun world.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Is that your kid, Jim?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that. Congrats, man.
You got me cursing and everything, man. I'm sorry, kid.
I'm sorry. It's all good. I've been dropping F-bombs all over the place. But no, he's a little trooper, man. He doesn't really whine and complain unless he's like mad hungry. And he's my little chicken nugget, man.
That's awesome, man. Congrats, man.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm playing Mr. Mom tonight, so
it's all good, man. Good job. You're doing a good job.
It's all good. Oh, see, that's why I turned the camera off, and then y'all wanted to clown me, so I was like, all right, that's why.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So well, yeah.
I feel so strongly about how I feel because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm sitting here trying to protect this little man.
Yeah, man. It's
man.
That's what it comes down to. So.
Yep. Yeah.
So I guess we'll.
Before we leave, like everybody, like tell everybody what they're carrying. Like, what's their EDC type?
I mean, I'd love to grab my gun.
Taurus PT-111. Wait, what? And then I got one of the most ergonomic handguns on the market, the Glock 19. All right.
What was that? What was that? I can't hear you.
Taurus PT-111 and the ergonomic Glock 19.
Hold on.
If you don't know, if you haven't noticed that the Taurus PT-111 has a magic grade trigger.
What do you think about a Taurus PT-111?
Look, he's smiling. He likes it.
That's crazy.
Well, it is very budget friendly and reliable, so he is right, Dad.
In case you didn't know, that was the. Would you please just give me that bottle so I got an answer?
So
hey, Jason, what are you gonna do when your son comes home and is like, "Hey, Dad, I bought a gun," and he pulls out a Jimenez?
Oh God!
I'm gonna immediately slap it out of his
I can see Jason doing that.
Get out of my house.
I said, let's walk over to the safe. You had one job. You brought home
I raised you better than this.
Exactly.
You dare disrespect your family?
Have you learned nothing? Some shit like that.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't knock Taurus in their revolver line, but dude, there's you know, like the judge is a beast to be reckoned with, but their standards of inspections, not one. It's like a Picasso. Not one Taurus has ever made the same.
Can I tell you about that? What I'm doing right now?
What?
So with Taurus, so my girlfriend's father had one of the original PT-111. The one that was there was a lawsuit that was Taurus was sued along with a few other guns, basically because they would discharge by themselves. You know, you've seen the Brazilian gun that was basically the police officer shake the gun and the gun went off, kind of thing. Well, apparently this gun is in that.
Yeah.
Basically So basically, is either they give you $200 cash value or you do their warranty thing. And if they can't fix it, they'll send you a new gun. I'm almost certain he's going to get a G2. You know, I'm that or the, you know, because I still haven't shipped it. I have the FedEx box and everything to ship it out to Taurus, but yeah, I got to do that. Yeah, but as far as what I carried today, off body because I'm currently doing a new job, security, so I can't. It's unarmed, though I am certified armed. But my P30. But today I carried my P30 and my 32. So basically, I was at.
Whoa! You carried a P30 and a Glock 32?
Yes, I did, and I can show you right now if you want me to.
Okay, we need to talk about this. We need to talk.
Real.
Because I can.
I know you can, but like, God,
what?
Damn, bro.
Let me ask you.
Oh my God.
How do you run?
Huh? It's not that bad. Well, I can. So believe it or not, it's cake, dude. Hold on.
Even my son is sitting here like, I can't believe that shit, Daddy.
It's really simple, guys. You just have to, you know, one, It's
How long does it take you to put on your pants in the morning when you leave?
Oh no, it's cake. I'm doing it right now. Of course, now I'm under pressure of the camera and everything. But
right?
Yeah.
Under pressure.
Like,
you sound just funny.
To me, it's one or the other, not both. Like, damn, that's a lot of ammo to be carrying around every day.
As a backup, I'd have a revolver, like one of them small little revolvers. That's you out here ready to jump with
like
fools.
a Derringer for a backup.
Start calling you Baba Yaga.
Jamil said the real no lacking challenge, yo.
There you go.
Yeah.
He said, "Motherfucker, not gonna catch me slipping."
I am the instructor.
I am the wolf.
Literally.
Wow, look at that.
All day long.
Now tell him to sit down. Tell him to sit down.
Hey, hold up. You dropped $1. Go pick it up. You got to use them knees. You got to drop 90s.
Squat, don't bend. There you go. Squat, don't bend.
I'm telling you, it's not that hard. It literally everything. If you have the belt and everything, girl, it is. Going back in is a little harder because I'm not. Can't do it right now.
Watch for that pinch.
But
please
again,
do not job yourself on GunBuddiesSocial. That'd be horrible.
What'd you say? No, it's straight. I got this.
And put a round in his ass.
Yeah.
As far as
you still carry your SIG, right?
Who, mine?
No, or your XD.
Yeah, I can carry my XDF every day.
Okay. Yeah.
Until you get to 365.
Yeah, until I get that 365. But I'm gonna wait a little while.
Did you order it?
No, I'm gonna wait till they drop under $4.99. It's crazy that you can buy a brand new CZP-10C for cheaper than a SIG 365. That's nuts.
Yeah, true. Well, for me, I know.
I'd like to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah, I never actually showed my EDC. Yeah, for me, I never actually showed my EDC, but what I'm carrying right now is the it's a SAW, it's a EAA SAW Arms K2P, and it's a 9.
They look. They're good looking guns. They're good looking guns.
I love the way this one looks. It's the same. It's a 3.8 barrel. It's very compact. It's almost the same size as a Glock 19. Yeah, and it's a ZZ clone pretty much. The trigger is, I would say, it on a dual action. The trigger is between 11 and 10.
Good.
And then on a single, it's like a 4 or 5 pounder. You know what I mean? Which is fine because
that's like a SIG.
because the only reason is because it's a carry conceal. You know what I mean? It's my first gun, and I don't need to customize it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I love it, and it has front serrations and rear serrations.
Good.
The sights, they're both adjustable. I mean, the rear sides are adjustable. I mean, I love it. You know what I mean? It's a 15 rounder, but you can actually squeeze in up 17 actually.
Nice.
Let me ask you this, and just want to make sure. So even pistol caliber carbines, they're also illegal, not just AR-15s by name within Cook County.
Yeah, no. Anything that is actually, those are even. You know what? Yeah, those are even illegal too.
God damn.
Unfortunately. Anything with AR style looking, anything that's like an AR style looking carbine, whatever. If it's a carbine, yeah, it's a big no. Even a 1022, which is you can't even own a 1022, which is sketchy.
That's crazy, man.
I know. I mean, believe me, but they're getting challenged left and right. I mean, right now there's 2 or 3 lawsuits against the city for that. So
I mean, at least you can still. Again, it could be a whole lot worse. It could be like New Jersey. They're
because
Deadpool. That's funny.
Yeah, I saw that.
You the only reason that's the home rules. So the state gave each county their 10-day window if they want to make their own rules on any handgun law, and as long as it doesn't supersedes the state's law, you know what I mean, then you're good. So let's decide to do the assault weapons ban on Cook County in Chicago.
See, what did you figure out? Did you want to get the PO7 or PO9?
But if I get the PO7, I'm just gonna get the PO9 later. See, if I get the PO7, I'm not gonna get it with the threaded barrel, but I will get the PO9 with the threaded barrel.
Jay, you're gonna have to step in for this one. If you're gonna spend the money to get a weapon, I mean, come on, really? For extra $20, you're not gonna get that threaded barrel?
I'll get the threaded barrel.
So the only thing is, again, only bad thing I could see is again in a contact type of situation, right? It being put out of battery. Even that's like really kind of one of the things, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, if this is out, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of, I feel like, or at least for me, there's the potential of it with the light makes it a lot better. Do you plan on carrying a light? Because you've been saying that you've been considering that, right? With a threaded barrel on top of the
PO7, I'm gonna get a light, like a flush light though, like a Enforce or like XE1, like those types.
Okay.
I like the light that got impressed.
See that?
The light that got impressed was by Olight. The new one, the Valkyrie Mini. Yeah, I got impressed by it. And it's only $80.
I will say, for me, that standoff is really makes sense to me. I didn't come up with it. It just, you know, it's so like Streamlight, particularly like the TLR and the Surefire, that standoff between, you know, the muzzle and the end of the bezel of the flashlight, that's, to me, is really crucial. So these guns that have the EDC lights, because they're easy to carry, it's all about the holster and the belt. Yes, anatomy has something to do with it, but you can get some suede and stuff and take all the hot spots out of it, and it makes it beautiful. You know,
Carolina says he's trying to be Deadpool.
It's just coincidental. I had a red shirt. It's just coincidental.
Yeah. All right, I think it's time. Yeah, time we sign off. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired.
No problem. So we'll do this next week, hopefully between Wednesday and Friday, Wednesday or Friday, and we'll go from there. It's been another successful GBS 6.
There you go.
Out.
Hey, Eli, are you trying to go to Oregon now?
You know what? Send me information about it, and I'll definitely see if I can consider it. Because remember, the thing is,
I'm gonna kill it.